You know, he's really he's shameless in intellectual argument. He's absolutely without character, a moral foundation, or even intellectual substance.
In a lot of his books, there's like clashes of worldviews and stuff like that. He does a lot of that. Some might say it's quite dialectical to sound like a communist.
Some might say that.
Yeah, yeah. But there was this hilarious passage, and I can't remember who was saying it, but I think it might have been Shatov or someone on the more materialistic side was sort of was talking about I found the quote like just online, but I can't find the passage in the book. He's talking about from the gorilla to the annihilation of God. This is the funniest line in this part. I think, like where he's like, then history will be divided into two. I think he's talking to Trofimovich actually.
I think so. I think I remember what part you're talking about.
And then he's like, so he's going on about like his philosophy of life and whatever. It's very like materialist, and he's like, then history will be divided into two parts, from the gorilla to the annihilation of God, and from the annihilation of God to, and then the other person is like, to the gorilla? And he's like, no. That's like, that's actually the only time in this book so far that I've laughed out loud. Like, it was hilarious.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, he gets you, brings you down into that kind of like getting obsessed with the minutiae of all the little social relations. So then things that would be like probably not that funny or exciting in another book just seem like outrageous.
And then like this guy, whoever I cannot remember who it. I think it might be Shatov, but I can't remember.
I think Shatov is the person calling him out. Whoever's talking about this,
whoever it is like getting really pissed off.
Oh, was it
like,
that angry guy that was like staying with the other guy that lived above the dude who beats his sister? Fuck, I can't remember anyone's name anymore.
Yeah, Liputin or something like that.
Yeah, there was.
Okay. Liputin was there. I don't know. Which
yeah, so like this is the thing with this book is that there's so many characters that you lose track. But it's kind of not that important, like in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, there's so many. There's like it's a lot of, like you said, Fresta minutia. But then like something like that will happen, and you're just like, like do the burnout laugh when that happens.
Yeah, joke there.
Yeah. Dostoevsky is a bit of a burnout too. Like if you like read his biography, like was a problem gambler, was like begging on the streets for a time, and almost was executed. Like very interesting life. But
I think the guy saying the gorilla thing was Kirillov.
Oh, okay.
Kirillov. I think I could be wrong about that, but I'm looking at the like character list. Yeah, I think that's who it was.
Yeah.
Why not? Who cares? Doesn't matter.
So this is part of the scene setting of this like liberal sort of 19th century milieu where like you've still got the aristocracy, the revolution hasn't happened, but like because this situation is like everyone's quite open-minded in terms of ideas, like let's hear about this and that, and that's how you get the nihilists come in, because it's the, what's that called, the paradox of tolerance or whatever, something like that. The Popper thing,
something like that, or
repressive tolerance,
repressive low expectations.
I think what I'm thinking of is the Marcuse essay, repressive tolerance, sort of. So you might be talking about something different, I think.
Yeah, well, it sounds along the same
whatever
lines.
A bunch of commie gobbledygook either way.
Yeah, well, he's allowed to be smuggled in by like hyper liberal people, essentially. Like, let's hear what they have to say.
And then what they say is nothing, and then you're like, what do you mean, the gorilla? Back to the gorilla, and that's what's so great about that line. It's what are you talking about?
But it is that's a funny line, but it's also quite poignant because it's like, well, that's where that ideology leads you. It leads you back to like, barbarism essentially. So,
it kind of made me think of that. Like, is it the Einstein quote where he's like, I'm not sure what weapons they'll be fighting with in World War III, but in World War IV, it'll be like sticks and stones, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to read a little bit from so this Nechayev guy who like influenced the Dostoevsky to write this book. He wrote this kind of famous sort of pamphlet called Catechism of a Revolutionary.
Oh God!
And
yeah, it's funny. And it's in the intro to this book as well. Some of the passages from it.
Oh, is it?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. I didn't. I haven't read the intro, but
I was trying to read it before the podcast this morning, and then it's like 50 pages. I was like, not getting.
Yeah, I was like,
So this perhaps like gives a good. Like this excerpt that I've got probably gives a good overview of like what this Nechayev guy was about, why this was sort of so shocking, but also why Nechayev was kind of after the Soviets took over, or the Bolsheviks took over, created the Soviet Union, why this guy was kind of like sort of soft rehabilitated. Like there was sort of an idea that he was too violent, like you don't go that far, and it's just like, well, the Bolsheviks did. But anyway, like I think this is they did it for propaganda reasons. They're like, let's just be nicer than this guy. But this is what he says, and this is like, it so perfectly encapsulates how these people think. All right. So he says, the revolutionary is a doomed man. He has no private interests, no affairs, sentiments, ties, property, nor even a name of his own. His entire being is devoured by one purpose, one thought, one passion, the revolution. Heart and soul, not merely by word, but by deed, he has severed every link with the social order and with the entire civilized world, with the laws, good manners, conventions, and morality of that world. He is its merciless enemy and continues to inhabit it with only one purpose, to destroy it. And so I think like that idea is like animating Dostoevsky's sort of story here, that like there was this world and there are these sort of kind of subversive elements, but also the thing that Dostoevsky does is doesn't just put it on the revolutionaries, although he does do that. It's like this world allowed it to happen as well. Like,
it's like he's literally like demons are possessing these people kind of thing. Yeah, in the intro,
and also saying, to bring it back to the vampire thing, you have to allow the evil in. Basically. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like these like liberal ideas or whatever, they're like seductive, and you see like people like Stepan Trofimovich seem like they're just trying to seem in the know and like on the cutting edge and chic and stuff like that, and really like just think they're like it's another like little affectation, but it's like they have like extreme sort of consequences. I want to read one more thing from the Nechayev thing. It's not exactly related to what we're talking to, but I just like it's very interesting. One is like point 10 or whatever in the catechism, and it says, every comrade must have under his thumb several second and third level revolutionaries. That is, not quite consecrated. He must regard them as part of the common revolutionary capital that has been put at his disposition. He must expend his part of the capital economically, trying to extract the maximum use from it. He regards himself as capital dedicated to be expended for the triumph of the revolutionary work, but not as capital which he has the sole disposal without the agreement of the whole comradeship of the fully consecrated. And I'm just like property is violence, but you yourself and your other comrades can be property. Like it's like fucking hell.
Yep. Yeah. It's pervert. Like, no, I don't think people like really step back because this animates essentially all leftism. I don't think people step back and like evaluate like how inhuman it is, like and they don't really sort of appreciate it, because I think everyone just looks at all different ideologies or whatever in the same way that someone like Stepan Trofimovich might, which is that, it's that kind of like very liberal, let's evaluate these things, like coming from a place of nowhere, essentially. Like, let's evaluate all of these things as they are, and not like, and like almost taking it a la carte, taking the good bits from one ideology and another, and like mixing them all into one to sort of, but it's like, it's not quite like that. I don't think,
well, they had this idea that it's like the best ideas will rise to the top, and through debate we'll all come to this like consensus about like you know what I mean? But it's just like, that's not at all how like dominant ideologies take over.
Also this type of ideology rejects debate altogether. That's half the point. There is no debate. The revolution is the revolution. You will be committed to it. Property is evil. You are whatever. Like you are subservient to the state. You are subservient to me, basically.
Yeah. And that's why like
sorry, you go.
Yeah, you go.
I was just gonna say that's why Trotsky for me is the most like likable of those people, just because he's sort of like realistic about it. Like he knows what he's doing and like doesn't pretend sort of that it's like this coming. Same with like Stalin, like they both just sort of see power for what it is and like just have an agenda, and they're like want to achieve it at any means necessary. Like, I mean, I think they're, you know, especially Stalin, like evil people, but like there's something like respectable about that. Whereas like the others seem like they're like, no, these are just humanist ideas and we just want the best for the brothership of man kind of shit. So
yeah, they have a sort of brute, like a kind of groundedness that's like, you know, not.
Eventually the facade drops.
Yeah.
Stalin is the dropping of the facade.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the idea that, and this is something that like, you know, liberals from both sides of politics, like, you know, because there's right-wing liberals and there's left-wing liberals or more centrist people. It's something that they just don't kind of internalize. Like, if you want to beat those people, like, because they're interested in winning power. They're not interested in principles. Like, and this is something that like you never, and that's why like the debate me bros, like it doesn't work. It will never work because you cannot argue with them. That doesn't mean you have to like kill them or whatever, but like they're not principled people. You cannot like reason with unprincipled people, you know?
Well, it's like libtards now trying to like act like they believe in free speech and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And you just like, you can't be, you just got to like, I reject the hypothesis. Like if they try to get you in, like try to use your own values against you, it's just like, this is what we're just going to like, I'm going to have to be like, I agree. So do what you want because of like free speech or whatever. And then the second that they like things turn their way again, they're not going to like, I'm a free speech absolutist. I have these principles. They're just going to like do what they want.